Now, I'm a fan of using the flat, very wide pellets. I prefer them just simply because I find them fit in the magazines better. You have to experiment with these guns as you do with their Berettas and their 1911s, neither of which I actually currently own, but I do have a few other Walther and Umarex guns, PPK for instance. But you have to experiment and find ones which will fit snugly into the rotary mags. If you don't, then they move backward a bit, and as it cycles round in there, because it is a revolving mechanism, it'll jam. And jamming, unfortunately, is very common if you don't find the right pellet. Luckily, I found ones which actually really work. Okay, Norika Apache pellets. They work like a dream. A dream? Charm? I said that in one word. Look at that, a dream. I made a new word. The rear sight has fallen off once in the past on mine, simply because I didn't tighten the grub screw after several years of using it. Now, back on there, obviously, no problem. What you do to adjust the rear sight is you loosen the grub, and then you just slide it. Okay? And then do up the grub in whichever position you desire. The front sight would have been there originally, is now down there. That's not supplied with a comp barrel, you just use your regular front sight. Same height, no difference, only about an inch in length, so it doesn't create any form of an oddity. Now, when you get the comp barrel, it'll be in a little blue box, which I shall just poke out now. And in the little blue box I have my old parts from when I installed this, which, bearing in mind, I was probably, I don't know, must have been a good 2 or 3 years ago. Now what it is the inner barrel, as it were. Now, it is worth noting that these guns are rifled, and you can't really tell, but that's what rifling in there. So, they're not bad, they're not smooth bore, they're not inaccurate, especially the 88. But what it does have, the 88, is more power. Now, it's a very simple case of just putting this back in the gun if you want to have regular. Honestly, the inner barrel is slightly longer with the comp on it, and I would recommend it. What it does do is add an extra sort of 50 or so feet per second. You can notice it. Whereas with cp99, if you shoot at a tin can with it, barely even go through. You may not even get through 2 sides at 10 feet. A cp99 is a little bit on the pathetic side, if I'm honest. It's a little bit weedy and a little bit, well, just weak. Not really my cup of tea, but very nice all the same for shooting paper targets. If you want something which is going to shoot, you know, a bit harder, this is probably along the same lines. Now, what you've got here again, same way of getting in, a little latch which is on the real steel. Well, a takedown lever on the real steel. It was on the real steel back there. That would be your slide lock. But much the same, wedge it in there. Make sure the teeth are in the right place. Lock back. Safety off. Hammer back if you want to. Wrap round. And just bang, bang. Fire away at a target. Okay. It's really quite a simple gun in terms of its operation. In terms of the overall finish on the weapon, this is far superior to the 99, I believe. It comes in a variety of finishes. You can have it in nickel, you can have it with walnut grips, and you know, it's a lovely gun. It's got a nice satiny blued colour to it. It's really nice. It's got a Cal 4.5mm 177 trades on it, made in Germany. It's got Carl Walther, and it's got the Arnsberg trade there, and a serial number, which actually is unique, as far as I'm aware, because my friend has an 88 and his serial number is different. Not saying I've seen every serial number out there, because I haven't gone out and systematically looked through every single gun of its kind, but it makes sense to me that they be, how do you say it, a unique serial number which is engraved on there. They're laser engraved trades. Very, very lightly engraved. I don't believe they're actually painted. I believe they are just a very small etching. But overall, this gun, heavier, more balanced, much more accurate. At long ranges, at close range, not as accurate. Anything past 10 meters it takes over, simply because of the fact that it has got the comp barrel, and simply because of the fact that it is kicking out a lot more in the way of power. Considerably more. So, there we have it. That's a brief overview, as it were. The cleaning rod, by the way, is not supplied. This is just something I've got in here because I like to keep good care of a gun.